Oh, we are.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Triforce Blitz Showcase. I am Elagatua, and I am here with Baby Shark, and we are going to be running a seed in the next 2 hours. I'm holding on.
We're being told to hold on.
Well, we're working on the setup, but we are...
Are we on the wrong channel? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wrong stream key?
We are live. We are doing it live, making it up as we go along. So the exciting thing about this experience is we are in Northern Virginia, meeting up as a rando community, and being live in the flesh, things go wrong, but we are powering through it. But anyway, Triforce Blitz. So not a lot of people know what Triforce Blitz is, but that's what we're here for. We're here to show it off. And so let's go really quickly through what you need to know before we even start the seed. So Triforce Blitz, you won't be seeing Ganon today. No Ganon.
No picky.
Yeah. The objective of Triforce Blitz is to find the 3 Triforce pieces that are hidden throughout the seed. All the Triforce pieces are in dungeons, so not on the overworld, and we have a lot of crazy, strong information to help us find where they are as quickly as possible. One other thing that's interesting about Triforce Blitz is there's a time limit. So at 2 hours, if you don't have all the Triforce pieces, the seed is over, and you're done. So we can guarantee you that the seed will not take longer than 2 hours, because that is when we stop. I think probably anything else can be explained mid-flight. So
yeah, we can.
All right, so I think that's everything we need to do.
You can open your tracker.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no. I tried running this without a tracker once, and it went fine. It didn't go fine. All right. I probably need a timer too. Let me get live split open real fast.
Yeah, who's doing live split for the actual restream?
All right. I'm ready whenever.
Does somebody need to press go on live split on the restream end? Yeah, okay. It's a 2 hour countdown. Yes. We will be done in exactly 2 hours or earlier.
Or earlier. Hopefully earlier.
Hopefully earlier.
All right. We good? All right. We are going in 3, 2, 1, go. So, pedestal.
I think that is 2 minutes, not 2 hours.
Uh-oh. This is really a blitz seed. They are turning up the difficulty level a lot for me.
Yep. All right. Spicy medallions. Not going to need to know too many of these, except for Burning Cack and the Forest Medallion.
Yeah. It's weird playing this after a lot of SGL settings races that just blasted into my brain. Gotta go back to my main game here. All right, so these are really important hints.
12, 14, and 15. And Shadow Temple is on the path to courage.
Oh, no.
So what those numbers y'all just saw are the steps to get each Triforce piece. A step is a item that is hard required. You are hard required
Logically.
Logically hard required to get to beat the seed. They're kind of like, they are essentially Way of the Hero items in a normal in a normal OOTR seed. So they it's a great way to judge how long the seed's going to take. You know, if you get maybe 2, 3, 4 steps, you're going to get done really fast. If you get the magical 31, which I believe is the highest, you're going to be here for a hot minute and probably won't finish in 2 hours.
So if you got this seed with these path counts, the numbers, we call them path counts, by the way. If you got this path count layout, what would you think?
I'm instantly thinking, you know, the possibility maybe AD or Burning Cack is up there. I'm thinking something's locked somewhere.
Yeah.
That's going to be a pain in the ass to get.
Yeah, so this seed is definitely a hot mess. And when you get a really high number like this, a lot of times it means that you need to do a lot of dungeons to get some sort of song that is locked behind the dungeon progression. And it's going to inflate the items a lot. There can be other circumstances as well, like really trolly bomb bags. I don't know what I'm doing.
Did you grab the stone?
Yes.
Because OOT is a well-coded game. Yes, so let's To go over, we have 5 Baron hints, 2 sometimes, and if you see sometimes hints, besides
We
Way of
won't
the
be seeing
Wanderer,
any sometimes hints, probably.
besides Way of the Wanderer hints, something has gone terribly wrong with your seed, because it means you have low path counts. We will, when we find Way of the Wanderer, I guess I'll explain it. If we find Way of the Wanderer, we'll explain it. And then we have 10 path hints.
Yes, up to 10.
Up to 10.
Which
Obviously,
we will get.
10. And then obviously for our always hints, we have OOT, Burning Cack, and 20 with 30, 40, and 50 being turned off. Because we'd like to go fast.
Yeah, so trying to give us as much of a chance to cross the world and track down these Triforce pieces. Hints, very, very important in Triforce splits. And unfortunately, we got River Foolish already, and that's a place that is especially strong in Triforce splits because of the easily accessible hints there that you can get in Adult.
Yep.
So I might be putting off going there for now, but generally in Triforce splits, you end up doing a standard CAC opening, and you see what you get, and then divergence happens from there, depending on the numbers that you found and what kind of progression you have.
Ooh, big chest.
That's
yes,
so irritating.
2 slingshots.
Thanks, game.
And the other great thing we can thank Elagatua for making us is bomb chews are in big chests in these settings because, like I said, we like to go fast. So you don't have time to open up small chests to find your bomb chews. We need bomb chews now because it's my bomb chews and I want them now.
Yeah, something that I'm going to be trying to do in this seed, because the numbers are so high, and they're actually all so high, and they're all different, actually. So it's likely that these Triforce pieces are in different places. They can be put in the same dungeon, but oftentimes if they're put in the same dungeon, they will have the same number, but not always. And sometimes they'll be put in different dungeons with the same number, which is especially irritating. But in this case, they're all kind of clustered at a certain depth in the seed, and that depth is very deep. And so we might be trying to do some skips to maybe see if we can either cut out a big chain that's adding a lot of items to the logic and skip directly to the locations where these Triforce pieces actually are. Don't know if that's going to be possible yet. It's still very early in the seed, but if the opportunity arises, especially with that early bottle showing up, then we're probably going to try and take advantage of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with these numbers if something somehow someway is locked by ice, because Rudo's letter can be the most annoying item in the game.
Yeah, for all we know, like, Rudo's letter is buried 11 items deep, and there's, you know, a piece in ice and then something in, like, bottom of the well with storms and ice cavern, you know, and maybe we can skip the entire chain and be done in 30 minutes.
Yeah, something we did forget to mention is your Triforce pieces will only be in dungeons. They will not just be randomly in the overworld somewhere. They will only be in dungeons and including the mini dungeons, so GTG, Ice Cavern, and Bottom Well. And inside Ganon's castle is Path to Power. Now, the bridge requirement for this is 2 dungeon rewards, so meaning the rewards you start with, and obviously you have to go beat 1 dungeon, and you get access to Ganon's with the exception of Light Trial, unless you find Strength 3 very easily.
Yeah, so Ganon's is actually a very early check, usually in Triforce splits. There tends to be dungeons that become available pretty quickly, and you only need 1, so it can literally be any dungeon. And as soon as you beat it,
yeah, most of the time it's DC.
Yeah.
Because you just need a bomb bag to get that one. It also brings into some funky logic because Ganon's is not always going to necessarily be 0, because you can get 0 steps, meaning the item is just open somewhere. Ganon's can be locked by many things to get logical access. So it is... Ganon's Castle is an interesting dungeon in these settings.
Yeah, it tends to be very fast, and it's kind of a good place to go for like bomb chews if you're trying to get around an explosive chain. Sometimes it can be very difficult to decode exactly how deep Ganon's is because you don't really know what dungeons are available to be completed until you've checked everything, and the whole point of Triforce splits is to not check everything.
Yep. So there's very standard open Triforce splits routing, you know, get a lot of the early Sphere Zero checks, and then kind of piece out. Getting hints is a big thing, so getting hints, figuring out, where some early items are, and then trying to go after those hints, those paths.
Yeah, so with these path counts, we want to try and do skips, but if we can't do skips, then we want to try and be efficient. So these depths are doable if the seed is merciful. It's not guaranteed to be possible in the 2 hours, but this is like the edge. 12 to 13, like, we're kind of at the seed's mercy a little bit, but oftentimes we can get there. So I want to set the framework for the second hour of the seed to be chasing after the possible locations. And so in order to do that, I need a lot of songs.
A bone.
Need some items, and I need hints especially. So we're going to the most dense locations for checks and also the most dense locations for hints. And once we get an idea of that, we'll probably get a pretty good idea of the sequence that everything is laid out in, and we'll have a better idea of what we need to chase.
Yep. Some other good spots to go to. For those who do play OOTR normally, some of us get Hyrule Castle 2 hint a lot because hints are just that powerful. Back of Lake hints as well. If you're an hour in and you're still trying to struggle to find items or anything like that, Back of Lake hints are your best friend. Hints in this game mode are your best friend.
Yeah, generally you don't want to be just randomly clearing stuff, especially into the second hour of the seed. Like, if you have any information to chase after something, it's generally better to do that than to just check things aimlessly. You're not trying to be clearing everything. You want to clear the right places as quickly as possible to get to where you need to go. I probably should have played Requiem instead, but we're just going to do Back of the Lake because these hints have been really unhelpful so far. And by these hints, I think I've only gotten like 2 or 3, so I want more.
That is... apparently you were being mistaken for ZFG.
I'm being mistaken for ZFG.
For ZFG, according to Twitch chat. Someone is that ZSR, and then someone went ZFG. So
I'm not sure if I should play along with this or not.
Ooh, Graveyard is Path to Wisdom.
All right, so what is the significance of getting an overworld location as a path hint?
So in these hint distributions specifically, dungeons are prioritized over overworld checks. So getting an overworld check tells you that your dungeons ain't gonna have a lot of things, and if they do have things, they're going to be hinted, like Shadow. So don't have a dungeon hint, probably not in that dungeon.
Yeah, Triforce Blitz is the exact opposite of Rush Donjon. You don't want to rush Donjon. You want to go to the correct donjon and none of the incorrect ones. So when we have that overworld path hint there, we know that any dungeon items are going to be hinted, and so we don't want to randomly go into them. If we want to check stuff randomly, make it on the overworld. That's the best place to find stuff.
Yep. ZFG is a well-known OT speedrunner, and ZSR stands for Zelda Speedruns, which is a big channel that hosts almost every Zelda speedrunning. They host a lot of Zelda speedrunning stuff, particularly Ocarina of Time, Randomizer, Wind Waker Rando. They do a bunch of Zelda 2 stuff too. A Link to the Past. They pretty much all the Zelda stuff is somehow, some way connected through ZSR or Zelda speedruns.
All right, so we're doing a little bit more song collecting, and then after this, we're gonna end up going back to. So that's good news. That is really good news. So again, we said that we were looking for skips, and that is a big skip that is just jumping out at us. We have a 3 dungeon locked Epona's song that may be for GTG access, but in practice, because we have Requiem, we can just go reverse through the wasteland and say heck to the logic.
Are we gonna talk about that Sun song being in a path location?
Yeah.
And Graveyard also being a path location.
Yeah, it seems pretty sus. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna do the rest of Kokiri and some of Lost Woods just to get that song, but yeah, we'll be following up on that pretty shortly.
Yeah, a lot of the good thing is because you do have so many path hints where to go, a lot of them will chain into each other. So, if you go to a location not sure which the path item is, look and see if it chains into another item. And there's another bow.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why Mido do not provide O today. They do give us money, though.
I almost want to put that back and save it for later, but... All right, so oftentimes I'd actually skip this check, but because we have Sun Song, it's a little better than usual, so I'm just going to be a little more thorough and pick this one up before I head into Lost Woods.
Yep. For those who don't know, if you do play the Sun Song in an area where time does not normally pass, it will put you back at the entrance you came in.
Yes, which is Mido's house in this case.
Which would be Mido's house in
which
this
is
case.
very convenient because crawling is slow and
Yes.
teleporting is fast.
And we want to go fast.
We want to go real fast.
We are speedy boys today.
And actually, this is going to let me pick up the Deku Salesman very efficiently as well, so we'll be using that trick in this next area.
More hints. We always need more hints. Gerudo Fortress is foolish. That's good. That is HBA 1500 isn't turned off, is it?
That it's not turned off,
It's
so
not
that
turned
that just killed 3 checks. And interestingly enough, that killed the 2 checks that would be hard locked behind Epona.
Yep.
So we really want OOT to be required, and we really want it to be soft required.
OOT is the Ocarina of Time, or in this case, the Song of Time. For those who have never played the vanilla game, once you beat the first 3 dungeons, you get the 3 spiritual stones. Zelda will chuck at you a blue potato, more officially known as the Ocarina of Time, and you will, in the vanilla game, learn the Song of Time. Obviously, that item or that song is randomized to be any of the songs we have. In this case, it is Epona's, meaning we may or may not need to do the 3 stone dungeons in this case, which are Jabu, Water, and Shadow.
Yeah, so one thing that I unfortunately noticed is that our dungeon layout actually has water as a stone, and so that does mean that Longshot is going to lock Epona's. So GTG could still be locked behind Longshot, but actually there's no way that Epona's could be logical GTG access.
Yes.
So the skip is maybe not quite as likely to be paying out. We don't know enough yet to say for sure, but that's kind of damping my hopes a little bit.
The only thing at this point that Epona's pretty much, well, it doesn't Epona's even hard lock, it would be Big Pose.
It's not even hard lock. We have a bow and a
Yeah,
bottle.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not really.
Yeah.
It's logically locked, but and there is ZL. So it's not in logic, but if we would like to, ice. We have a bottle in ZL, and ooh, GTG's Path to Courage.
Yeah. So
That's pretty spicy. Meaning we logically need the long shot to get to GTG
yeah,
this
that's
seed.
right. So that means that both of our hook shots are going to be path. That doesn't mean they'll be hinted necessarily, but it seems pretty likely that they will be.
Jabu is foolish,
That's
of course.
That's an always hint, almost.
Yeah, Jabu in this. See, Ice's Path, always rush ice.
All right, what am I doing now?
Where are you going?
All right, so I think what I want to do is I want to set time of day, and I want to go to graveyard.
Yep. So, in these settings, we have the boomerang chest turned off in Jabu because no one likes vanilla rang being a possibility.
Yeah.
So Jabu only has what two checks?
It is 3 checks because you get 1 for killing Baronade.
Oh,
but
that's right.
the idea is that if you need to do Jabu, you're going to get a boomerang path somewhere that helps point to that when there was always the chance that you get like Rudo's path pointing to Jabu, which is no fun at all.
Yeah. So Jabu being a foolish hint is always, we say it's an always hint, it is not an always hint.
That's a joke.
It is a joke.
Baron dungeons are prioritized above overworld locations, and because Jabu is only 3 checks, Jabu tends to be Baron a whole lot.
Or until it is Path.
Until it is Path, yes.
Until it is Path. The stream title is just, the stream title is just Elagatua.
That's great. That's
Because-
all people need to know.
Yeah. They don't need to know that this is a Triforce Split showcase.
You're welcome for these viewership numbers. They're here for me.
They're here for you. Or they're here for ZFG, and they just think you're ZFG.
You should rename the stream title to ZFG. Watch everybody leave. Yeah, they don't want to see ZFG. They want to see Elagatua. All right, so more songs here. And we're going to take advantage of flame storage here to get a check out of Logic.
Yeah, and since there seems to be a lot of new people, for those who don't know, flame storage is, because OOT is such a well-coded game, it is not. We can store the flame on Link's Deku stick by simply putting it away while passing through the original fire, which allows us to do.
Oh no, that happened earlier.
Oh,
that
no.
happened earlier in my race today. I've never had that happen before.
Time for a new controller.
Yeah, maybe.
And we're gonna take advantage of this to get a check that you're not supposed to be able to get yet by doing some fancy side hops and some lining up. Niceness.
There we go.
Getting flame storage, and it's nothing.
Bum, 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 bum.
But we're gonna open it anyway.
I want hearts.
Yeah, Triforce Splits tends to be a low health seed because of the fact that we're skipping a lot of small chests.
And Graveyard is path as well, so it adds additional priority to that check. We don't really care if it's in logic. If we can get it early, then we want it.
Yep.
And I don't believe that Bolero is going to end up being path. I'm just not convinced. So I'm expecting something to show up here or on Dompe Digging.
Yeah, especially with Sunsong being in a path location as well.
Yeah, seems likely.
And that is a big chest.
All right. It's probably like Bomb Bag or something silly.
I need you to close the spoiler log, Ela.
If you watch my stream, I actually do this a lot. This is a good representation of what it's normally like.
I can confirm he does not actually have the spoiler log open. It's actually, the spoiler log's not even out yet. This is, Ela decided to take the seed of the day that we roll, that gets randomly rolled every...
Give me hearts.
24 hours. I forget, what is the actual time?
I think it comes out like 4 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, and then the spoiler log does not get released until 24 hours later. So we cannot actually get the spoiler log for this seed. So if we do not finish in 2 hours, we're all left in the dark on where things are.
For 2 days.
For 2 days.
Okay. So that's basically guaranteed to be path bombs.
Yeah.
And that's actually good for us because Sunsong being path is kind of like an extra step that adds to the number of path count items that is also very easy to resolve and very fast to resolve. And so the more kind of easy checks that are along the way, the higher the chances that we'll actually see all 3 of these Triforce pieces before the 2 hours is up.
Also, nice rupees.
Thank you.
Nice rupees.
And I will be using these nice rupees. Well, I want to do Bomb Shoe Bowling, but I also want to buy a shield. So life is hard right now.
Shadow Temple is still path.
So that's another double. A lot of dungeons on our Courage path. Probably want to be heading towards Ice. We could also do Dodongos to open up Ganons. I think we'll probably end up doing both. I'm not sure what order I'm going to end up doing it in. Probably Dodongos first.
Yeah, it's there. Dodongos is, even in normal OTR, Dodongos is always something you just do. It's a dungeon that requires very little items unless your bomb bag somehow ends up in a very weird spot. Because all you need to beat the dungeon is a bomb bag. And in some cases, the hover boots. Depending on logic. But that almost never happens.
One thing that's interesting to note is that because that bomb bag is path, it kind of makes all of the other early checks a little bit not as good because we know that there can't be any other like bomb bags floating around, and there can't be any other like combinations of items that would lead to a separate bomb bag. So it makes
I guess I gotta
I'll shut up
explain
and explain that. Yeah.
All right. So what y'all just saw was Goron City's Way of the Wanderer. When we were playtesting this, when this first came out, we were running into an issue of if you got a low step seed, maybe 1, 2, you wouldn't get any hints. So you'd just be sitting there scratching your head going, I gotta check every check in the game until I figure out where it is.
Yeah, it wasn't very fun.
Yeah, no. So Ela here made his own hint system. Woo! Everybody,
Yay,
everyone in the
Cody.
Pellet Gallery go, woo!
Yay!
Thank
Ela,
you.
He's so good.
So he made Way of the Wanderer hints. So if you look at the spoiler log of a OTR seed, the very bottom will be a playthrough where the game will play through the seed to make sure it's actually beatable, and by doing so, that's how it gets the Way of the path hint items too, right?
Hold on. Let me. Playing and thinking at the same time, and then also thinking about where to go is really hard.
Yeah.
So the playthrough comes from the spoiler log. So the playthrough is just a way to verify that the seed is beatable. It doesn't need to be the most sane way, and often isn't. It's just one route that is possible to take through the seed. And so what we did is we just collected all the major items along that route that are not hard required by the logic, so not path. And those are the pool of items that Wanderer can pull from. And they're called Wanderer because they are not always reliable. In fact, oftentimes, you probably don't want to be chasing them unless you like wallets.
Or Goron tunics.
Yes, or tunics, things like that. But in small path count seeds...
Oh, nice save.
In small path count seeds, they can be really helpful because at least we can tell you something. And often in low path count seeds, a lot of the items are just out there, and maybe you'll have like multiple hook shots or multiple strength upgrades or things like that, multiple bomb bags. And those Wanderer hints will give you some way to prioritize checks over other checks so that you're not just wandering around randomly.
Yep. And there's rare occasions where you will have a significant item, like a bomb bag, because there's 3 bomb bags. And, well, in this case, it may be Way of the Hero, or Path here. It may not necessarily be in another seed. Bomb bags, bows. A bow could be a Wanderer item in this case, because we have bows that aren't bow locked.
Yeah, go in there.
So, Wanderers, if you're desperate for items, Wanderers are good things to follow. If you got most of your items, they're like, nah, you can kind of put them off to the side. I'm surprised we got a Wanderer. Well,
there's always one slot for Wanderers, because there is an odd number of total hints.
Yeah.
So that may be the only Wanderer hint stone in the whole seed. Well, almost certainly. It's the only Wanderer hint stone in the whole seed.
Yep. You will only start seeing extra Wanderer hints if you do not have enough items to fill in for path hints.
Yeah. And that can be actually very interesting information. If you're on a seed that has path counts like 7, 8, and 9, and then you find multiple Wanderer hints, that can give you information that all the Triforce pieces are sharing all of the items, and so they're kind of along the same route.
Oh,
that's hovers.
hover boost.
We'll come back and we'll grab that in a minute. I do want to open up Ganon's. So even though I don't have any information pointing to Dodongos, we're going to need to get to Ganon's, so this is probably the fastest way, and maybe even the only way that we're going to get Ganon's open.
Because it is closed. The only thing I can think of is Deku, but it is closed Deku, meaning we need the Kokiri sword to
open. Who knows where that is?
That's probably somewhere.
Hey,
Gerudo Valley is foolish.
That's great that we don't have to go there.
Nope. That is out of the way, and it's kind of hard to do, but we do have Serenade, so... Did you really need to write the fact down that Jabu was foolish?
I did it to keep track of how many Barons I've seen.
That's true. That is true. Considering we have only gotten one foolish dungeon, but we have also gotten overworld path hints, so it's a little interesting. Meaning there's items in dungeons, but we don't necessarily need the items. And we're just going through DC, everyone's favorite DC.
Yeah, I need to think about the order that I do these dungeons, because we actually have a lot of options available to us.
Yep.
We have everything that we need to do a lot of hookshotless GTG, and we know that that's locked behind 2 hookshots. And so
you're not going to find a hookshot there.
Well, you won't find the hookshot there, but maybe we'd find like Kokiri sword or something like that could maybe even directly lead us. Because it could be like a giant chain to get us 2 hookshots.
It will probably just be Rudo's letter in GTG.
Entirely possible. But if that's the case, then we know a lot about kind of the sequence of the dungeons. When we're trying to do skips, we want to try and figure out the dungeon that is deepest in the chain and try to go for that as efficiently as possible. Because if it's possible to skip to the end, well, we'd like to do that.
Yeah, some of the deepest dungeons are obviously some of the dungeons that are later in the vanilla game, because obviously you have more items. Shadow, GTG, Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern can be deep simply for the fact that you need Rudo's letter, and Rudo's letter likes to hide.
Yeah.
But it is also a dungeon we can skip over very easily. Well, at least in these settings.
We don't really want to find Rudo's letter. There's a big chest.
That is a big chest. That's
There's
2 big chests.
All right. So, is this going to be a Triforce piece?
Drum roll, please.
No.
No. No. It's shoes.
So this.
I don't know how a Triforce piece could be.
Yeah. So the idea is that because of the information that we have, it's not like the Triforce pieces can just be in any random big chest in a dungeon. It has to be locked behind a sufficient number of items based on the hints that we got at the beginning. And we already got our bomb bag, and so we could try to kind of count the steps, right? We had the Sun Song, and we had the bomb bag. And so I don't know if there's any more than that. I guess Requiem. So that's like 2 or 3 deep. So not even close to the 12.
You just need Requiem to get Sun Song to get the bomb back. That's 3.
Yeah. So we're not even close to a dungeon that is 12 or 14 or 15 items deep. So don't get too excited just because you see a big chest in a dungeon, unless you don't know how you got there. Maybe then you could get lucky.
Yeah, that's when we go into Ice Cavern. And oh, the later half of DC be loaded today. Nice.
Thank you, game, for
those who are here that maybe have played Majora's Mask, those are useful in Majora's Mask. They're not in OOT. They are a part of Meme Percent, which is Ice Arrows, the Stone of Agony, Greg. Oh, I always forget the last 2.
Winner Piece of Heart.
Winner Piece of Heart. What's the 5th one? Nehru's Love.
Yes.
And occasionally Double Defense, but that actually does do something, so we're not sure if that's a meme or not.
It's good stream value though, so it's useful for something, I guess.
Oh yeah. And Double Defense has saved me many a times while playing other game modes, especially RSL.
So one nice thing about those hover boots being there. Why?
What?
This is not going to be useful either.
No, it's not.
How did he know?
How could you possibly know this dungeon is useless?
Could
you look at the hints and
I
find
was
that out?
following the trajectory, and it just seemed like there was a pattern of bait chests and.
Well, you know, is fire entry allowed?
It's not, but maybe season 2, right? But
yeah.
It can be useful for Shadow Trial 2
and Haunted Wasteland.
Yeah, but we need magic before we get there. So
20 Skulls was hinted dead earlier.
Yes.
I was in the middle of explaining Wanderer hints when we saw that.
There's a reason I'm running past all the Skulltulas.
Yes, we only will potentially need 10. And the likelihood of that is not too high.
With these path counts, I need to play like reasonably aggressive because we're probably not going to find any Triforce pieces even in the next half hour. We're still trying to set up and figure out the layout of the seed, but we need as much time in that second hour to be dedicated towards like clearing out the dungeons where we think the Triforce pieces could be, because you can only do the dungeons so quick.
Yep. What I'm personally looking for when I'm looking for hints with this number is Burning Cack. The hint for Burning Cack.
Yeah, and looking at the items required for Burning Cack, or the dungeons rather, Deku and Forest Temple. Not too bad if we can find the items. Forest Temple is not painful in Triforce Blitz.
No.
It's like one of the nicest dungeons in the game.
So we have dungeon shortcuts turned on in Jabu and Forest Temple. So in Forest, you do not have to beat up all the Poes, potentially.
Yes.
At the very least, you don't have to beat up the green Poe or the purple Poe. You may need to beat up the blue or red one. But, so the elevator is already opened, and it is Boss Key Z as well. So there is nothing stopping you to walk into Forest with just a hook shot and beat up Phantom Ganon.
Yeah, and that is in logic as well. So that's actually one of the most common ways to get access to Ganon's castle is you just find a hook shot and you're like, yep, Forest Temple.
It also means Phantom Ganon can be a small key.
Yeah.
Don't you just love going through the entirety of Forest, get to the twisted hallway, and then realize, oh, I'm missing one small key. It must be on Phantom Ganon.
Yeah, so we got a potential for a Wanderer item here. So I'm making a pit stop here. I'm hoping that I might find like a scale especially would be really useful, because that would let me get to ice a lot faster. And we get 3 more
checks
here.
Did you get the hover boots, or did you
I
need
did
them?
pick them up, I think. No, I didn't pick them up.
No, you did not pick them up.
I did not pick them up. And I would have realized very shortly. So I meant to do that because I need those hover boots to get another check here.
Yeah, I was assuming you were going to go get Bolero.
Yeah, I guess I could do it that way too, yeah. So thanks, Baby Shark, for helping me route this seed. It's a struggle to play and commentate. There's just like a lot to keep track of.
It really is.
There's a ton of information, and just you get information really, really fast. So in addition to kind of executing things at a high level, you got to keep track and manage your information, because the routing, things can happen quickly that can change where you might want to go. And you have to be able to react quickly and kind of understand what the hints are and make the right decisions as I wasn't doing.
No, anybody who's played OOT and tried to commentate at the same time will know it is a pain in the butt. And then also with Triforce Splits, that it's a very logic-heavy routing seed. Plus, you know, Ela obviously Ela plays at a higher level of execution than I ever could. It is a lot. So I'm just happy we got to do this.
Yeah, this is like I love being able to just play and chat and
have a good
ASMR
time.
and pretend to be ZFG. It's a good life, and seeing everybody in person again from the community is like a total blast. Like, we've been stuck locked in our houses with COVID for so long. We didn't get to have an in-person tournament for the last few years, and I was at the first SGL in person in like 2019, I think.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was one of the lucky few. I mean, I live so close. Why not?
Yeah.
And I just had such a good time at that event, and getting to see everybody again is a real treat. And also, there's Rando.
It's random. There's also a bunch of other games going on at the moment. I have enjoyed getting to watch some. Speaking of Forest Temple, I've also got to enjoy some other randos. We have A Link to the Past is here, Wind Waker. There's just a bunch of games.
I hate it.
Oh, you're doing this setup.
Well, I usually do that, but I have since lost faith in it a little bit because I did it one time, and then it wasn't right. I just want to be really sure that there's nothing big back there.
No, that is small.
Yeah. So now I need to figure out how I'm gonna get to River. I could also, you know what? Let's just go for it. I changed my mind.
Oh, we're going to GTG.
We're going to GTG.
We are reverse wastelanding and going to GTG.
So I think like that has a decent chance of being really deep because we know that we need both of the hook shots.
Oh, you want to check the ferry while you're here?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I didn't see exactly where you back walked.
Yeah, I always backwalk this way to the ferry.
Yeah.
Need to be a little bit careful with my bombs because I'm gonna need those to get through GTG.
Yeah. For those who are new-ish, we can beat GTG without a hook shot. With some lovely things called ground jumps and rolling through fire, because, like I said, OOT is a well-coded game. Definitely not broken.
Oh, Fire
There's a
Temple's not good.
lot of... You need to take off the hover boots.
Yeah, I do. So the thing that is messing with my brain is there was a wallet that is possibly Wanderer. And so the question that I have is, why did the playthrough feel like it needed to get a wallet? What do you make of that?
Fire Temple.
Yeah, it could be.
I say Fire Temple, Goron Tunic. Water Temple obviously is up there because no, it'd just be Water Temple to get the long shot.
Yeah.
Well, no,
so
I'm thinking of Epona's.
So in rare cases when you're playing the normal OOT randomizer, Zora Tunic can be logically required because there's like a boss key on Central Pillar, and that maybe Water Temple is on like Forest Medallion, and so it ends up blocking a lot of checks. But in Triforce Splits, there are no boss keys. So actually, having a Path Zora Tunic is extraordinarily rare because there would have to be an item on Central Pillar, yeah, that locks like just a ton of stuff, which is pretty rare.
Yeah, so Goron Tunic's probably the more likely of the two, fire being needed.
Yeah, or fire be optional. That's the challenging thing. We have no information pointing towards Fire Temple yet, other than that Wanderer, and I'm worried that maybe if we go to Fire Temple, we'll be wandering.
Yeah, I feel like we would be wandering too.
So. Yeah, potentially.
Oh, lax, yes.
Yeah, it's not impossible. That would be really gross if that happened, but it's happened before.
For those who don't know, the lax cutscene is the light. I just did it again. I do that all the time. The light arrow cutscene apparently. And in the vanilla, is it in the vanilla one? It just looks for the two medallions in vanilla for light arrows.
Yeah,
or is that
that's
just
right.
A random
Yeah,
thing?
it is just the two medallions, I believe.
Yeah. So in the game, the code to get the cutscene for Zelda to hand you the light arrows is actually just the Spirit and Shadow medallion. So it is a check in this game, and our Spirit, we started with the Shadow medallion, and the Fire Temple is the Spirit medallion. So lax could be a potential to have an item that is required.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to wait for the hammer to show up before I invest too much in that, because we have a lot of things that we know are going to pace out something, like GTG, for example, and Ice Cavern at the top of the list. And we can go to both of those places now and clear them. At least for GTG, we can clear almost all of it. And for Ice, we can actually clear all of it. So we want to go there first and see what the seed is expecting us to get. And maybe we will need those items, and maybe we won't, but we need to know.
Yeah, the only thing that we could not do here in GTG is the toilet.
The strength 2 checks.
Oh, and the strength 2 checks. As I say, we don't have Song of Time. No toilet, Dastar. I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Dastar is in the audience. He is a toilet enthusiast here in our community. Dins in toilet, as is always a thing that we appreciate. And we are here in GTG, so we get to play the lovely key counting game. Woo! Counting keys.
Fortunately, we got Song of Time in Crater, I believe. So
Oh, we did. That is right. Never mind.
That's kind of what tipped the scale for me to prioritize GTG, because it just became a little better. There's the likelihood that we can get deeper into the maze, and items that are deep in the logic tend to hide in the maze, and the requirements for getting those items in the maze tend to be very complicated because they're locked behind varying numbers of keys, and those keys can be locked behind varying combinations of items, and who knows where the heck those are. So, uh-oh.
Well, what is that? What I think it is?
That looks like a mirror shield to me.
That does look like a mirror shield to me. Uh-oh.
That would be Song of Time locked.
Chat,
most
everyone say uh-oh with me. Uh-oh.
That could mean GTG is on Courage. Well, we'll put a hold on that for now, but that could be, yeah. So that is logically Song of Time locked, because there's another key in the maze.
We don't start panicking until we full clear the dungeon, because always full clear your way of the hero locations.
Yeah, and I mean, it's theoretically possible that there could even be a Triforce piece here. Unlikely, but it's not out of the question yet, because we don't know where those 2 hookshots are, and maybe they're just behind 12 items.
They could be, but yeah, the power could be here. A long shot, pun intended there.
Yeah,
but it
definitely
could be.
a long shot.
It is a long shot, but it could be in here.
Well done, I appreciate that.
Thank you. So we're just beating up some Stalfos. I have never beaten vanilla OOT because I played through the game, got to Forest Temple, and could not beat up the Stalfos to get the bow. I beat up the 2 below, could not beat the 3 above.
Deku nuts.
I did not know the power of Deku nuts.
Neither did I.
This was also OOT 3D.
Oh,
so
weird.
Don't know if that makes any difference.
Young kids these days.
So Ela's gonna show us a cool trick here of how to get a silver rupee without a hook shot. I know, it's crazy, us breaking the game open.
Unprecedented.
Yeah. So there is a enemy in this room that will grab you called the Floor Master.
Which is strange. It should be called the Ceiling Master, right?
Well, in Wind Waker, the Floor Masters are hands that come out of the floor, which makes sense in Wind Waker.
Make sense.
Here, I don't know why they're called Floor Masters.
They retconned the lore.
They retconned the lore. But we're going to use them, and before you void out, you will actually pick up the rupee here. So we're gonna wait, look at Ela's rupee count, and see if we can hear it. I did hear it. I did hear the rupee. Yep. And as you can see, his rupee count went up, meaning we did in fact get the rupee. Oh.
Sorry.
They're called Wall Masters? Oh. What? Are they called Floor Masters or Wall Masters?
I feel like I've been lied to.
They're oh, damn. I didn't know there were 2 separate. Okay, cool. And Ela gonna skip over some fire. The Floor Masters are the ones that are in, like, Forest Temple.
I feel like we've created a lot of controversy here, and I love it.
Thank you, T, for being a smartass. So Ela's gonna do a pretty cool trick here to get up on this door.
I'm gonna fish for some bombs first.
Oh, yeah, that one.
No.
No.
Maybe next time.
All right. Yeah, so he's gonna store. How I would explain it is you're storing the explosion on your shield, so when you backflip, it's like it slightly boosts you up. I don't know.
Seems legit.
Don't know if that's the actual explanation. I don't think there's any glitch hunter people here that can explain it really well. Yeah. I have never played A Link to the Past, so yes. Bonk. I should probably play A Link to the Past at some point. Oh, it's a big chest. Everyone get hyped. Hype.
Oh,
Yeah!
all right. So that tells us a lot.
That does tell us a lot. That has to be
Either power or wisdom, but almost certainly it's got to be power. Yeah.
So that tells us GTG is at the very least 12 item lock, meaning the long shot very deep in this seed somewhere.
Yeah. So and that tells us that pretty much everything on the way to get here is leading towards those hook shots because those are really the items that are locking where we are.
So Ganon's probably has maybe a hook shot.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna need 2 long shots.
Where do I want to go? I think.
You can go to ice.
Yeah, ice or Ganon's. I still want a hook shot, but now I don't need 2 anymore.
Yeah.
What I really want is
water unless there's an
strength.
actual item in water.
Yeah.
Potentially.
But honestly, even if there's an actual item in water, unless it's on Morpha,
yeah,
unless it's on Morpha, we can still get there.
Schultzer would like to know why you skipped the hammer room.
Oh shoot. So the reason I skipped the hammer room is because
you found the Triforce piece and got excited.
No, is because normally when I do Song of Time first.
Oh, you go
Did I save?
Uh-oh.
This is going to be really slow, but I think it's very important just to verify because we're leaving there without confirmation.
Yeah.
Well, without confirmation, and we need to know if the mirror shield.
You have the Triforce piece.
Well, I'm going to head that back that way anyway because I
yeah.
have to, so it's fine. I'll grab the Triforce piece again if I have to. But yes, normally when I do GTG and I do hookshotless, I don't do Song of Time first. And so when I do Song of Time first, normally I do hammer with that.
According to Drunus, they also skip it like half the time they go to GTG. So
yeah, but it's path, and it's path on our 15. And so like that item is potentially extremely important for us completing the seed.
Yep.
So we don't want to skip it.
Thank you, Schultzer.
Yeah, that would have been... Oops, I cleared this already. Well.
Yep.
Can I do this?
You can.
I've never done that before. Not even kidding. I've never done that before.
Oh, that is.
All right. So this is probably just an extra. Yeah, it's not what we want. This is probably an extra 2-minute time loss, but that's fine. It's better to know with high probability that the mirror is the path item, because that could indicate that courage is in shadow, or sorry, in spirit, and potentially mirror locked in spirit.
Pieces on Twin Rova. Woot,
all right.
woot.
So anyway, back to our previously scheduled programming.
Who's putting money on a piece on Twin Rova? Anybody in the crowd putting money on Twin Rova?
She does like to hoard the Triforce pieces.
Dastar. Anybody else money on Twin Rova?
Dastar is doing that because he's watched a lot of Triforce Split scenes.
That is true.
He knows what's up.
He does know what's up. At least we can't bring the forest rule in today. We do know there is something in forest.
Yeah. I'm just interested in what is the order for these dungeons, because we don't really have the requirements for any of the dungeons that are on our courage path. And so, well, I imagine that Shadow might even be pretty early. I kind of imagine that maybe a long shot could be in Shadow.
Yeah, all you need now for Shadow is Dins and Magic.
That is true. So that seems
and
like
potentially a hook shot.
But the idea is, if we think that Shadow is like very early in the chain, and we don't need to do it, then it's okay if it's path. We just try to skip it. The challenging thing is there's a decent chance we need strength upgrades.
Yep.
And
are you gonna get more bombs before you go to ice?
Yeah, that's fine.
No ground jumps.
I've hovers. It's not too bad.
I don't know.
I can always fall back on the glitchless.
Yeah, I do not
strats.
know how to do the glitchless strats in ice. I need to learn them. So.
I botched it so hard one time that I just learned even the non-hover strategy.
Yeah.
But I learned like the baby version of it for people that aren't good at like weird jumps off ledges and stuff like that. So maybe I'll do some of those so that you can see the easy way. If you have trouble with Ice Cavern without ground jumps, you can learn my secrets for people who need shortcuts.
So even though River is foolish, we are still going to check these because these hints are going to be pretty powerful here, potentially.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well then.
Oh
yeah,
no.
That's
that was Burning Cactus Storms, for anybody who didn't see that.
yeah.
So as I was saying earlier, when I have high step seeds, anything above 10ish, I tend to think, where is my Burning Cac? Because in this seed, Burning Cac could potentially not be a lot of steps, but it also could be a lot of steps. And Storms locks an entire small mini dungeon.
Yeah, with a lot of checks. And as the kids these days say, it seems pretty sus.
I do not say that.
I didn't accuse you of being a kid.
But it locks Storms. It locks, obviously we don't need it, but it locks Frogs 1. And then it also locks 3 Storms, 3 Grottos? 2 Grottos?
Yeah, well, River, it's not going to be... Oops, I messed this up.
I was gonna say, you do have ZL too.
I do, but this is faster.
That is true.
We're in a hurry.
We go fast. Nice.
Yeah. So Ice is a particularly strong area because there's just a ton of hints. So even River being foolish is kind of good to just wander through for those hints. You really want as many as you can, because if you get all the hints and they take you to where you need to go, then you just don't need to do random checks.
Was Domain hinted foolish too?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But I don't have the ability to do any of these checks, so we won't be.
You can get KZ once you come out.
It's not so easy without Ruda's letter,
That is true.
because I can't walk through him.
Yeah.
I don't think that setup was quite good enough.
A moment of silence for KZ Skip that will be getting banned pretty much after this tournament.
Not in Triforce Blitz, though.
Not in Triforce Blitz. Elagatua is the sole ruler on Triforce Blitz settings and rules. What he wants is what he gets. But for those who don't know, Ela is doing a skip here to just simply jump over King Zora, like so, and bypassing the need for Rudo's letter. The race mods organizers for our big OTR tournament we have every year, we call, in this case, Season 6, have decided to ban KZ Skip and Lake Hylia's Path to Power.
Disgusting.
So about that long shot.
Well, that was power, right?
That was power.
Okay.
Yeah, that was power.
All right. In the unlikely event that I can actually see what's down there, yeah.
Do you not know how to do the C up strat?
I'm sure there is one, but no, I've never used that.
Oh, I don't even know there was a dive strat to look at that.
Yeah,
I've only got getting between the iceberg and C.
It's much easier if you have a scale.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to waste much time on it because I like skipping things.
Thank you, game.
If you're getting that hint as child, you messed up.
ZL. The one a lot of people don't realize just how powerful ZL is as a song. Yeah. That's 2 out of 3 for meme percent. Let's go.
I used my last bomb for that.
That makes it even better, doesn't it?
No.
Give
me bombs.
Did you see that the fact that I used Nehru's Love during the Triforce Blitz call?
I don't know if I watched.
The qual. It was the showcase on Silver Gauntlets.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was the showcase on Silver Gauntlet. We were in GTG and I could not on like 3 hearts, no shield Stalfos, and I'm like, I'm just gonna use Nehru's Love.
I've used Nehru's Love, I think, in like the 2019 SGL qualifiers. Because I was really new at that time, and I was having trouble with the Iron Knuckles in Ganon's Castle.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I decided that I was not going to throw, and so I used protection.
Always Zooter safely, as we say here in the OOTR community.
So, who thinks that whatever we find here will actually be useful?
Thank you, Dastar. Dastar always raising his hand.
I've had a lot of magic.
Delete. Oh, we got a lot of people in the peanut gallery saying delete ice.
No, they're the chat. They're the guys in the chat. That's not our channel's meme, but I like the channel whose meme it is. So.
Oh, delete ice.
Guys in the chat.
Oh, guys in the chat.
That's I'm old. That's all I got to say about that. If you know, you know. Yeah.
Some people are saying that there's going to be a Triforce piece here.
I find that hard to believe,
Yeah.
but I will be pleasantly surprised if it's true.
You know, Rudo's ladder could, you know, just be chilling in like water or something.
It could be. It's not impossible.
You know where Rudo's ladder could be? On Twin Rova.
It could be. That'd be funny.
That'd be hilarious.
I would love that.
Yeah, so the only thing you logically need to get into Ice Cavern is obviously some way to turn in Rudo's letter, so either a scale, a bomb bag, and ZL. And that is it. You just need to be able to turn in Rudo's letter because
Yep.
you get an empty bottle for turning in Rudo's letter.
Yep.
And obviously,
ZL for sure as adult for Ice Cavern.
unless you have hover boots.
Yeah,
well,
but
that's not in logic.
But yeah, so you need ZL logically always for Ice Cavern. But in practice, we don't care as much.
No. we logic. I hardly know her. Logic is just a suggestion.
Yes, and we are not
very much out of it.
we're not following the suggestions this seed. We are
No.
trying to get away from their suggestions as much as possible. Looks like it could be a song, which is disappointing. We don't have forest access, so if we got dragged to ice for freaking
Forest access.
I'm going to be a little bit upset.
But it's Ice Cavern, so you get to enjoy the option of ice, the lovely experience that is Ice
It's
Cavern.
one less dungeon that a Triforce piece could be in. And we don't actually have the Minuet song, so it could just be like Minuet for Sarias or Sarias for Minuet, which would be pretty obnoxious.
Yeah,
but,
then yeah.
but you can't win them all.
What are we also missing?
All right, so I'm not going to use hovers here. This is the lazy person strat. So you get up on here, and you have to press A on the third block there,
Oh.
the third little piece of that block, and then you'll always grab the ledge if you press A at the right time. So it's
Did
very
not know
easy.
that one.
And then for this, you shoot the keys because he's coming. You get on, I think it's this block here. We'll see. You kind of side hop. Wow, that was pretty good.
Nice.
That was merciful, as I nearly botched it afterwards by not grabbing the ledge. But do a little side hop and a little ledge jump there. And then you do the Marco. Shoutouts to Marco.
The Marco.
Taught me everything I know. Using the hover boots to get to this top platform, and then I get murdered by Keys.
You're gonna get murdered again by Keys.
Yes, they like me, but I like
Hashtag delete ice geese.
Yeah. So now we're going to do the last glitchless thing. Slide up here, walk into the wall like a smart person. Wait, slide hop, and I forgot to hold Z like a smart person.
Good to listen to Ice
I don't need to. I let go Z too early. It's weird. Like you get on stream and then you forget how to do all the tricks. It's a good thing this isn't in an actual race, because I would be losing a lot of time.
Eli's just using this as practice for tomorrow.
Oh, that's bad luck.
Oh.
My timing was.
You know,
off.
you should have saved that bomb instead of getting Nehru's.
You know what? That would have been smart, and I agree.
Yeah.
I could have saved a lot of time here. I don't know why I'm. All right, I need to slow it down here and just do this correctly.
You could just push the block.
I will do no such thing. Yeah. And we wait. There we go.
I don't.
First try.
I know you're streaming, but I have no idea what game that is.
I will look at this in a second once
Yeah.
the blue ice is melting. Where?
The frog on.
That was an Artosis reference. Yes. Well done, fellow guy in the chat. Some of us are old here, and we like old games.
I also like old games.
But this one's, I don't know, how does 1998 sound? Pretty good, right? We're watching Odor. All right, so the small chest, so this is probably Minuet. So we got baited.
Yeah.
That happens.
I am, in fact, Baby Shark.
At least it is Minuet and not Saria's.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it could be a lot worse. And this will help us get to Forest later on once we find a hook shot. So unlucky, but now we know.
This is out of logic.
This is going to be Saria's
So
for sure,
we're-
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now what? Probably Ganon's, I think, is the play.
I think Ganon's is a good play here. Yeah.
That's the only place that we have information pointing towards. And really, at this point, we're looking for a hook shot. A hook shot will let us into Forest Temple, and that'll kind of get us back on the scent here.
Did you just call it the scent?
Yeah, the scent of the Triforce.
Oh, okay.
What do you think they smell like? What do you think?
Cheese.
Like, cheese, okay.
Cheese. I
That
think they
does
smell
make
like
a lot
cheese.
of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, either cheese or the nacho cheese Doritos.
What is your favorite kind of cheese?
Ooh. Oh, I don't know what the name of it is. Some random cheese I had in France once. I know that narrows it down to so many.
My favorite kind of cheese is StarCraft. Anyway.
I actually do get that one.
Hey,
that
all
is.
right. Shout out to the 2 people in chat who know what I'm talking about. All right.
My older brother plays a lot of StarCraft. He
Oh,
just plays
okay.
a lot of Blizzard games.
That's good, yeah.
So I spent many a time of him when he used to babysit me.
I was born 10 years too early to have my esports career. Could have been famous. All right, so we're into Ganon's. This is actually pretty early in the logic. So we're not expecting to find any Triforce pieces immediately accessible, although...
Oh, you're going to climb instantly.
yeah, I'm just going to climb first because we're checking everything here. So we get to do the boss key check, and we'll just peek that and then save, and we get to do a few of the other trials that have chests.
Yep.
And hoping for a hook shot that will let us do more progression. Otherwise, we might need to start clearing some overworld stuff.
Oh, you know what dungeon I was going to suggest that you can do exactly one check-in?
Fire Temple.
Fire Temple.
Yeah, so that's out there. We do have Bolero. It wouldn't be that long to do it.
Yeah.
The problem with Fire Temple is, what if that's a key, and then the next 2 chests turn into keys?
Yeah.
And then you start having a bad day.
Then, yeah.
Clearing unhinted Fire Temple in a Triforce Split Seed. That's just like...
But who doesn't like unhinted Fire Temple?
Me. On, well... Apparently, I don't like Hinted Fire Temple either, but that's a reference to a race I lost earlier in this tournament.
Yeah, no, that's what it was.
Yay for more references nobody else gets.
Nobody
but
else
me.
gets except for people that's been keeping up with the actual SGL races.
Which is nobody, because these races weren't streamed. But anyway.
No.
So we climbed the tower there, didn't find anything. There's something here. Doesn't mean we have the items we need to get it, but there's something.
It's going to be on Shadow Trial too.
Well, we need magic, and we could actually get that.
Yeah, Shadow Trial 2 is everyone's favorite check in Ganon's, right?
I'm really still fishing for some bombs at this point.
Yeah.
If I don't find any soon...
you have a lot of health for a Triforce Split
this is
Seed.
a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't feel enough danger.
Oh.
As the screen turns off. Danger! I found it. I don't really know if this is worth doing, but I'm just going to do it because I'm here. I think the odds of us unthawing King's Ore are pretty low.
You will stay frozen forever.
You will, probably.
Yep.
But if a stray domain hint comes up, then maybe things would change. Okay, so we can't get whatever we need here. So what are my options now? This is something that can happen in Triforce Splits. You just kind of think about your decisions.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to go to Crater because there's a lot of hints here.
Oh yeah, you can do a decent amount in Crater, and because you also didn't get the you can get the fairy on top of DMT too.
Exactly. So there's 3 hints that I can get in pretty quick succession here, and I'm hoping that one of those hints will give me some information about where I should be going next.
You are being told by T to do chickens.
Well, that's not going to happen for a while. So thank you. So one nice thing about Triforce Blitz is that chickens is only 3 chickens, not 7 chickens.
Only need three lovely chickens.
Yeah, so if you were hoping for the 7 chickens meme, well.
You can also buy bombs in the Goron shop.
Yes, and I have bomb shoes, so I don't have any reason.
Those were bomb drops.
I saw them, and I was unhappy about
I know. Boing
Thanks.
boing. That is
What
the
time is it?
time. Oh, nice.
It's time not to go to Zoro's River, apparently.
It's time not to again.
What are the odds that if I blow these rocks up with a bomb shoe, it'll give me bombs again? Well,
Or
no.
you can just miss the rocks.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You either get bomb refills when you don't need them, or you don't get bomb refills out of those rocks.
It was worth one try and one try only. One
Mm-hmm.
successful try. So I have to be careful when blowing those up so that I don't accidentally...
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's not that surprising.
That was Path
that-
to Wiz. That's interesting, though.
We can go there as child, so that's actually good. That kind of shows that we did the right thing, because that gives us somewhere to go.
Well, I'm just saying it's interesting because the Mirror Shield is on Path to Courage.
Yes.
Well, that is on Path to Wisdom.
Yeah.
And GTG is at least 12 steps in logic.
Right.
So that's telling me something.
Well, it could be child spirit though, and so we can
Oh,
do
it
child
could be
spirit.
Child Spirit, too.
So that gives us something to do right now, because before we had really no information leading us anywhere. We were getting into the check random stuff and pray that hookshots show up mode,
Yeah.
or strength upgrades, and it's better to not be in that mode. So it's good. We're not in that mode. All right. Well, so time to go child and to do child spirit.
Yep.
So hour and 3 minutes into the seed. We're a bit lost, honestly.
Yeah. This can happen with your Triforce split seeds. You just gotta make sure not to get discouraged. Is the word I was looking for there.
Yeah, I mean, when you're super, super lost, you can always fall back on just clearing overworld.
Yep.
Because if there's going to be unhinted items that you need somewhere, it's going to be in the overworld. And generally speaking, you can clear a lot of overworld checks before like 2 hours hits. And so, odds are good that you'll find something that will help you get to where you need to go. What I'm a little bit worried about is three strength upgrades available in really dumb places that are totally unhinted because we have no wanderers. That is my nightmare.
That I think is a lot of people's nightmares.
And if that's the case, then we just kind of throw up our hands and we have our 2 hour time limit save us from this mess.
That is the good thing about Triforce Blitz. If it's 2 hours. At 2 hours you can throw this seed in the trash and be like, I'm never touching this again.
Yeah, your time is locked in.
Yeah, there's a hard time limit, meaning you can get done with your mess seeds. You don't actually have to beat them sometimes.
Yeah, and when we play competitively, you can even get as few as like one Triforce piece and still win because you're compared with the total number of pieces you found against your opponent. And we recently had a Triforce Blitz tournament, and that was something that happened a lot, where we had races decided at the time limit, because sometimes people will leave an item behind in a check and kind of get stuck that way, and it's our way of mercy killing the runs and not making people suffer. Sorry, that's a bad habit. On my home stream, I hide the cursor in OBS.
Yeah, so do I.
So I never have to worry about that. I wasn't peeking. What was that item? Oh, this is just a small dog. Sorry, I was looking elsewhere. Sorry. Temporarily distracted by life.
Yep.
All right, so I'm hoping for a small key here. Otherwise, we're going to need some strength upgrades, and we are stuck.
Uh-oh.
Well, now what?
It's time to go find the silver gauntlets.
So we do have Hylia path that is unaccounted for. I'm going to check child fishing. As I pop the microphone, I apologize. So we're going to do our Hylia checks here and hope that we get something to unblock us. And I guess we can go to Foolish River and plant a bean, God forbid, and get some more checks in Hylia. That would be a little painful, but it's there. Did I write down the Hylia hint? I know that I got a Hylia path.
No, it was power.
It was power, yeah.
It was power.
So
It was red.
a lot of things going on. Normally I'm better at writing things down, but thinking
yeah.
and talking and writing and playing.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
T is really pushing you to get chickens, and apparently Drunus wants poutine.
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 What is poutine?
You have never heard of poutine?
I know what the food is, but what check is poutine?
That is a good question, Drunus. What check is poutine?
There's more Canadians here at this event than Americans anyway, so let's be real. Also, shout out to all the Canadians who actually
drove.
Came, yeah,
15
drove and
hours.
Flew. Yeah,
the
real heroes.
The Quebec crew carpooled 15 hours here.
Yep, amazing stuff.
And you know, obviously we had a few people come in from Europe. Shout outs to them for flying in for God knows how long.
And God knows why.
Kasinja got it. Oh. So about that Shadow Temple.
Can't get there.
I know, still need Dins, but you know, about that Shadow Temple.
Yeah, it's looming large. I'm gonna peek this, and unfortunately we don't have free Scarecrow yet in Triforce Splits, but we will eventually. Oops. I will tell that to shut up in a minute.
Alright.
Well, so we're gonna do...
Shadow Trial 2 is open.
Oh, you're right, it is.
Shadow Trial 2 is open now.
Oh, no. Wow, this is like some really great routing that you're experiencing here.
Well, chat's helping me route some of this
That's
too.
good. This is a collective effort. We are playing against the seed. So it
yes.
is all of us against the 2-hour time limit right now. So
No, T, we are still working on Free Scarecrow. That is locked in, though, for Season 2.
Why is it yelling at me? I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to tell it to stop. Oh, it's a different reason this time. Okay. New technology. Okay, it won't do that anymore. Nothing important, though. All right, I'm really low on explosives. So I'm going to do these South Hyrule checks really fast. I could go adult for Shadow Trial 2.
You could do
but
chickens.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to get to the point where it's randomly check the overworld checks.
Oh, yes. Third slingshot. Let's go.
Amazing. Slingshot
You
percent.
wasted a bomb chew for that.
I did. Well, it wasn't wasted.
No.
But the good news is that these next 2 checks are going to give us hints. So there is a outside chance that we'll get some useful information here. And we have 9 out of our 10 paths.
Water Temple is foolish.
Wow.
Who could have foreseen this?
Well, that's good to know.
And that is all of our foolish
I
hints.
keep hoping that I'm going to get bombed somewhere, and it just never happens. It's
No.
very disappointing. We got a lot of market checks available to us.
Oh, yeah. Bomb chew bowling.
yeah.
Richard.
So that's a pretty dense area. We could even try to do some stuff in Goron City, because there's 2 more checks that could be Wanderer, and if there's Wanderer strength upgrades, it's possible that this wallet was not actually what the Wanderer was for.
Drunus says just go to Ganon's and farm the Armos Kappa.
No. All right, where am I going?
Oh, Beamos. The Beamos.
Beamos.
The Beamos.
Okay. So I think I'm going to play...
Let's say Armos? Are Armos in Ganon's cast?
See, if he'd said the right thing, I would have done it.
Yeah.
But now it's too late.
Just do ISG and we won't tell anybody.
I don't know how to do that. That's for people who are actually good at the game.
And I must state this was a joke, but a bunch of the runners, we were chilling outside joking last night. There's not a lot of actual like race monitoring-ish. There's nothing stopping a bunch of the runners just from like glitching everywhere and
Turning on frame skips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did this check already. Never mind.
Yeah, we're like, gentleman's agreement. Once you get bomb bags, you can only Hess everywhere.
Do they sell bombs here in Market?
I do not know.
They do at
I mean,
night.
the bomb chew shop does.
Yeah, they do at night. Well, we're going to make it night in a minute here, so we'll probably take this opportunity to refill, because we have a lot of rupees.
We do. We have a wallet.
What we need is time and strength. We need strength. We know that Spirit is path to something.
The strength to get through the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, and I'm going to need a lot of that. So I don't know if you've been following the tournament results. Probably none of you, and that's totally understandable. But think of me, especially tomorrow, as I will be suffering.
Yeah, what the hell's in Zephyr, right?
Yeah, we have a 3-way tie break.
3-way tie break just for seeding purposes.
Where the winner loses and the loser wins.
Yep.
Not even joking.
Yeah, it's just proceeding of who's first, second, and third. So that is gonna be fun. And then do brackets start tomorrow?
Yes, unfortunately. With the wrong amount of luck, I could be playing 3 matches tomorrow.
Oh, that's.
And also attending a wedding. So
sounds fun.
Think of me. Think of me while I suffer. Okay. So I'm really low on ideas. So we're doing this Hyrule Castle check.
You do Hyrule Castle 2.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like the odds of us getting a hint that is gonna tell us where to go. There's only 1 path hint that we're missing.
That is true.
So, I mean, it's really likely that the stuff that we're missing is in the overworld. just kind of based on the hints that we've got. And we may just have to kind of wander around. There's also the chance of finding strength upgrades in the overworld too, but if there's strength upgrades in dungeons that are unhinted, like, pack it in, boys. We are going to be in rough shape.
You're attending a wedding? I didn't know MMR was at SGL.
Is it?
Is it? I don't. Majora's Mask is in here. I don't think it is. Okay.
Well, it could be.
What was that?
Right.
No, we got that. I was just asking if Majora's Mask. Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know if Majora's Mask. I don't.
We do now. Riley is accepting all challengers. Heard it here first.
Yeah. Oh yes, this is the seed of the day.
Yeah. So if you want to play this,
I think Kalo has played. Oh.
Thanks, game.
Thanks, game.
That's Requiem.
That's Requiem.
First Sun Song. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently, Kalo just finished the seed of this seed.
Well,
please do not spoil it.
Yeah, please do not spoil it. And also, if you beat me, then well done.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how to play Triforce Blitz. So if you think this is amazing and you want to play Triforce Blitz for yourself, go to triforceblitz.com and you can roll your own seeds. And if you don't want to roll your own seed, which you should play the seed of the day. There's a new one every day, and everybody will post times and discuss how bad it was in the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord. We have the Blitz section for discussing all things related to Triforce Blitz. So yeah, roll a seed.
And if you get good at it and want to race, we do also have a role you can get to get pinged when people do Triforce Blitz races.
Yeah, and eventually there will be another tournament. Right now we're kind of in the off season. We had a season 1 tournament for Triforce Blitz, which was won by Fabio, in a very exciting finals against Ramon.
Knocked me out in the first round.
It feels bad. So
I was his first victim.
Just blame it on the draw. They don't sell bombs here. I've been lied to.
Yeah, I got knocked out first round by the winner. Was his first victim of the tournament.
I mean, but that feels good, right? Because it's like...
Well, I dodged a bullet, because if I did somehow manage to win, I'd have to go up against Ecola. So I was like, yeah.
And Ecola got knocked out in his first race as well. To, I think, Alfalfa, or... I forget whether Alfalfa knocked out Cariosa, or... I don't know. Alfalfa went on a tear. Alfalfa was really good. Just shout out to Alfalfa. You should be here.
You're too... T, you're not too dumb for this. If I can play this... You're not that dumb.
I mean, the worst thing you can do is just check stuff randomly and hope that you find what you're looking for, which is also what we are doing.
Mm-hmm. It's all about practice.
Did I do Wolfos?
I do not believe you did Wolfos.
Well, we're going to do Wolfos. So we're putting Minuet to good use. I forget what that was. That was Saria's song, so.
Yes, we did not actually get the Minuet. Well, no, the Minuet check was Saria's. So.
Yeah. I just didn't mark it down on my tracker because there's some things going on in the seed. Can I get bombs finally? That'd be cool.
Yeah, you get arrows and stuff.
No. Apparently this is how I'm being punished for bad bomb routing. Normally I'm very disciplined about farming bombs and not running out of explosives, but...
Can I just go cut the... Well, you're a child. Cut the grass and cack.
Yeah, you probably can. I'm sure there's a lot of ways.
While you're at it too.
I always just get lucky or spend money. I guess
the game is just wanting you to have arrows today.
Yeah. So we are going to get another hint here in a minute from the grotto, and then we'll do a few checks in Goron City. I'll open the shop, I think, for Goron City. I have no money. That's unfortunate. Life is hard.
Life is hard.
You finally get the opportunity to buy what you want, and then you realize you're broke.
I will be broke after this tournament. I will be broke.
Well, I hope that gets better.
Oh, speaking of money.
Yes, it got better.
Mm-hmm.
Did I do target and withstand? I need to look at my tracker. Like, did I do any of this stuff? I have slingshots now. I have like a bazillion of them. Well. If we didn't do it before, we're going to do Target and Woods for the second time this season.
You got 50 shots, don't miss. Nice.
As you command. Okay. Brilliant.
Skipping Ocarina minigame.
This is good menuing, by the way.
Are you skipping Ocarina minigame?
Yes.
All right.
We do not have time for that.
We do not. No, we really actually don't.
Yeah, so I think we actually have all the hints, and I shouldn't be checking these because we had Lon Lon. And that's smart. That's our 10th. So we have them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
We have all hints, and we're still lost.
We are still lost. So, there's probably some item like a hookshot or maybe Dins on the overworld that is just in an unhinted location that's holding us up. And this can happen in Triforce Blitz, and that's why we have the 2-hour time limit, because sometimes rando just be rando, and you can't make the seed short even if you add a bunch of dungeon shortcuts and stuff like that. It
Apparently,
just does what it wants.
skipping Ocarina minigame is an SGL classic.
Oh, okay. Well, you're welcome.
More money.
More money for my very big wallet now, and I've gone from rags to riches. Now I can buy a lot of bombs.
You can buy them right here, too.
I could buy them right here, and I will, because I'm about to do the pot, and I need bombs for that.
Yeah. No,
I don't need bombs. I could do it with bomb shoes, but I'm not going to.
Dude, I'm assuming you'd know the true strat.
I do, but it is seldom used.
It's
the wrong thing to show him. Well,
Dancing Dead.
if this fails, we have a few backup plans that are bad. We can do Shadow 2. I mean, it's not impossible for that to be the thing that's holding us up. It would be really obnoxious, but it could be. And then after that, I had a good idea and then I forgot it. That's the story of my life. Fire Temple, because if we don't find anything here, then that's going to confirm Wallet as Wanderer.
Fire Temple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy some bombs.
Yes, that's what I realized that I was going to... I hate everything.
Like, were you trying to get the leaf with the...
I thought that it opened up for some reason when I played ZL.
That's only as adult.
Yes. Should probably have bought more than that, but anyway. It's, honestly, this has been a pretty scuffed seed so far. Like, this is, I mean, we played it pretty fast and loose because of the high path counts, and sometimes you need to take some risks when the path counts are this high. But, it's been a bumpy ride. We've been, well, the flavor of a Triforce Blitz seed really changes a lot depending on how high those numbers are.
Yeah.
And a 12, 14, 15 is very much on the high end. Average is about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
We did some statistics early on in the balancing process.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you actually did statistics.
Oh, yeah. I rolled like 300 seeds and...
So did you just get like a program and have it generate 300?
Yeah, I wrote, because, I mean, I did the programming for Triforce Blitz, so I also
Yeah.
did the analytics for it, so... I measured like average path count if I changed like certain things and what was like the longest ever. And even in the generations phase, I've still never seen anything longer than a 24. So I generated 300 and still never saw anything longer than that.
Yeah, according to Kalo, can confirm that this is a scuffed seed.
It's pretty rough. I could do chickens.
You could do chickens. You're being told to do it.
Yeah. But like most recommendations this seed, we aren't going to be following them.
Yes, Triforce Blitz is not normally... It can be confusing, and it's not normally this confusing.
It's not even confusing necessarily. It's just there's something out there that we don't have, and we don't know where it is, and it's somewhere.
Luckily, we only have 40 minutes left until this ends, potentially.
Yeah, what I'm worried is that we're going to find the thing that's locking us, and then we're going to be like, great, now we can do Path Shadow Temple. And then it's going to be like in the Floor Master. And then like, great, now we can finally go to Path Forest Temple, and there's like 5 minutes left in the seed. So, yeah, struggle's pretty real.
Yeah, we're probably not going to finish this.
But we got one. And that is a valid finish. We don't need to go into overtime.
What dungeon do you I'm thinking that there's just a piece in the bottom of the well at this point.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the 15 is in bottom of the well, and I'm thinking the 14 is potentially in Deku Tree, actually. I think the item in Spirit is Kokiri Sword.
Yeah. When did we find power? When did we find power?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. I want to say before. It was definitely before the hour mark.
Yeah, because we went GTG before Ice, so that was like one of the first dungeons that we went to out of Logic.
Yeah.
So I mean, in a seed that's this bad, like if we were in a 1-versus-1 race, like this could still potentially be a winning time. We had lots of races in the tournament that finished with only one Triforce piece found. And I think we may have even had a handful of races where we reached 2 hours and there were none found.
That only happened, I think, maybe once or twice.
Yeah, but it was still funny.
That was hilarious. I don't think it ever happened on race stream, though, unfortunately. Huh? It did not happen on race stream.
Well. So time to go to Shadow 2. If it really was just a hook shot on Shadow 2 that was like in a hinted location this entire time and we wasted 20 minutes for nothing,
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna feel pretty bad. But at the same time, like, what can you do? Like, sometimes it's just the layout's brutal.
Blame Rando Bot.
You just blame Rando.
Rando Bot gonna rando.
We set up the time limit to account for this. We counted for everything.
For the mystical 30, 31, 32 seed.
That would be a great, like,
I should Plando that.
yeah, we could have like a Plando race.
We should convince the Freaky Friday people to have that as a Freaky Friday race.
That would be great, yeah. Because you mean I don't even know necessarily like how much having that high of a count would spoil about the layout of the seed. Because like you could probably still have like pieces in multiple dungeons.
Yeah.
Oh,
no
no.
shit. No shit.
Oh, no. No.
Show me
This is gonna be
Stone of
this
Agony.
is gonna be a hook shot for sure.
Show me Stone of
It's
Agony.
gonna be a hook shot.
It's Kokiri Sword. We were both wrong.
Wow.
Okay then.
That's not what I expected. That's gonna give us another song.
How many
Now,
items?
so this
How many item lock
no.
is that?
This makes it like this almost kills bottom of the well as a possibility.
That is true. Yeah, because literally, if there's a hook shot, yeah, that practically.
Because one hook shot puts Storms in logic, and we already know that 2 hook shots lock the Triforce piece.
Oh wait, no, we don't, because it's yeah, no, don't mind me.
Well, it doesn't
I
completely
still have standard.
kill. We are assuming that well, we're assuming that we found power. Maybe we found wisdom, and it could be like the 15 mirror locked in. No, I don't think that makes sense. Actually,
Wisdom could be GTG, and then the 15th item was just the mirror shield.
Yeah, but then what is path in? I guess the spirit path is weird though for wisdom. Then it would have to be hook shot probably.
It could be like long shot in spirit, and then like the last piece is
locking mirror. Yeah, some. I mean, this seed's weird. This is what happens when you play Triforce Blitz.
Yeah.
You just end up like in
crazy
conspiracy land
mode.
about trying to explain like how the pieces all fit together, which is the fun.
It's the fun thing about this is as you go into conspiracy mode. So if this item is here, then this item is here, then that means the Triforce piece is here.
I'm a little worried that there can't actually be any useful items in Deku.
That's just for completion.
Yeah, that's just for the medallion because we don't have any Deku Tree path hints. I think I'm going to do it anyway because I'm so lost, and I'm just still worried about the possibility of multiple strength upgrades being in...
There could be a strength upgrade in here.
Yeah, and if there is, then that tells us that we're in a lot of trouble. Oh, sorry, Cursor.
It was like Cursor lead the way.
Yeah.
All right, baby chest number 1. The interesting thing with Triforce Blitz is you will get seeds where the 2 hours go by so fast, and then you'll get seeds like this where you're like 2 hours come faster.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim at the moment, and we don't really even have any good ways to like throw Hail Marys. We kind of did all the out of logic stuff already, which is why we got stuck. So Ganon's is path, and Ganon's is almost certainly path for that Kokiri sword to do Deku Tree. So that means that we need to do Deku Tree for something, but most likely we're doing Deku Tree for storms. The weird thing though is that bottom of the well isn't hinted path either.
So Drunus asks, where do baby chests come from? So you know when 2 big chests love each other very very
Where
much.
does a baby shark come from?
That's a good question.
Probably from the same place.
Probably. I also get often asked what happened to the other 2, because I have a 3 at the end of my name. I'm like, we don't talk about them.
Yeah.
Which one of the chests is a mimic? That would be a great thing to somehow code in.
Season 2, Ice Trap Triforce pieces.
Oh no!
Thanks for the idea, chat.
No, chat. What have you done?
Now everybody's happy with me. You're welcome.
Yeah, what have you done? T, don't egg him on.
Boop. Trying to avoid screwing up any further tricks this seed after the Ice Cavern debacle. Bombs are a good item. Keep bombs. Save time. Boom.
Apparently, T will start playing Triforce Splits if you add Ice Traps.
So,
And Dastar, apparently. Dastar will also
I'm
play.
pretty sure that there's nothing stopping you from rolling your own seed because Triforce Blitz is actually just a setting on the randomizer. So you can literally customize Triforce Blitz with any other setting. Whoops, that's not how you do it. I have a Kokiri sword. What am I doing?
All right.
Too many SGL seeds.
Next community race, I'm putting my draft in for Triforce Blitz, and then I'm putting my second draft option as Ice Traps.
Yeah, so if you have your own ideas for what should be in Triforce Blitz Season 2, make your seed settings and send them to me, and I will probably ignore them. Just being realistic.
Yep.
Okay, well, I
right.
marked at least some of these items on my tracker, so that's good. Yeah, so looks like we are back in the same situation we were before, which is...
Wait, what was that?
That was a bow.
That was a bow. We've now found all 3 of our bows.
And slingshots.
And their slingshots. Let's go.
So I'd trade that for a hook shot.
A good chunk of our projectiles.
I think at this point, I have to go buy a bean for Hylia.
Yeah.
And we just have to hope that...
Maybe the magic's not bad.
Yeah, or maybe there's just 2 path items in Lake. Because we are really low on ideas. Like, there's not that much stuff left on the map right now.
No.
I mean, there's Domain.
Yeah, but Domain was not hinted foolish. Oh, we finally got the potato at 1 hour and 28 minutes.
Shoutouts to
Woo!
Zephyr and Potato Skip, which is not a thing anymore, but is still funny.
They're like, oh, his head perked up. Potato Skip. We're shouting out Potato Skip.
Yeah, rip in pieces.
It's terrible. Frogs 1 hook shot. That can't happen.
Yeah, it can't. Not for the first hook shot. It could be
No.
a second hook shot, but not a first one.
Could be the long shot, because we do logically need the long shot this seed, apparently.
Yeah, but I'm dreading... I mean, basically, any place that it's at now is terrible. But there's a few places that I'm dreading.
Oh, River was also foolish. So.
Yes, I'm aware of it, but I need the beans.
The beans.
Yeah. I'm going to buy 2 just in case I never need them, but I don't know.
You know, we were doing charades yesterday. I needed Doc to go buy beans. I literally just sat in the chair and started shoveling food in my mouth. And he goes, beans! I'm like, Z. I'm like, that one's easy to do.
I wish I could have made it. I had other commitments that evening, but that sounded like a lot of fun.
It was interesting. We did OOTR spoiler log charades yesterday. I can go find the VOD for that on Doc Heaps' channel.
I feel like there would be people that would be helpful in charades, and then also I would do charades too.
I did charades, and I asked to make one specific sound, and he went, sure. I got in the chair and just did Mweep. Mweep and move because I needed him to go into to Jabu. I'm like Mweep.
Nice.
This is the one sound request. Did you get that hintstone? Well, we have all hints.
We basically have all the hints. I regrettably think it is finally chicken's time.
It is chicken's time. Everyone get your 3 roll calls in chat.
I was deliberately avoiding it just to make everybody mad, but I'm actually to the point where it's this or like 1 check in Fire Temple, or Child Domain, which is also terrible. So, or 10 skulls. I don't
10 skulls? We haven't collected like a single skull.
We are not doing 10 skulls this season. We will hit the time limit before we do 10 skulls.
Quick, Kalo, tell me in chat if it's 10 skulls, because Elo's not reading chat. Apparently, the chickens' names are Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Okay, well, you can name them in order.
Oh, okay.
I gave you this responsibility.
All right.
Please take it seriously.
All right, so this one is Larry.
Okay. So, as is required, I will now fail this 2-second time skip repeatedly. Hey, that's better than usual. That's the
that shall be curly.
the recurring theme, or the recurring meme for me in Triforce Splits is that I will learn a setup for that trick someday, and it is always later. And it's been, I think, 6 months. So I would not trust me when I say that when I do chickens, because
I am trying to remember where the reference for Larry Curly and Moe is from.
The Three Stooges.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Thanks, chat and people in the room. Now we will continue to run by skulls. I guess it's... I mean, I could play Serenade, but I'm just going to, like, run over. I'm defeated enough as it is. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just chase our wallet. Like, that's... We're out of things to do. It's that or Child Domain, I think. I think there's literally nothing else in the seed. I think we've cleared everything. Because I'm just looking at my tracker, and Child Spirit is nothing. We did everything in Ganon's. We have Prelude, which is going to give us Prelude.
Hey, yo, Prelude.
So shout-outs to Prelude. We put Prelude on Prelude, so you can prelude while you...
Well, you prelude, so you can prelude while you prelude.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a way to turn that into a good joke, but it didn't stop me. Well, at least our routing for the last 25 minutes of the seed will be a little bit quicker. Thanks, game.
Thank you, game. Woot woot prelude.
Generally, in Triforce Splits, you either are always missing either Prelude or Serenade, or you get both, but that's a sign that the seed is a disaster and you need, like, multiple 3-dungeon songs.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit sad if our Wanderer ended up being, like, really helpful and we were just ignoring it this whole time. But then again, Unhinted Fire Temple, not at the top of my list of places I want to go.
No, it would not be at the top of my list either.
The backup plan is Adult Lake, because we did plant the bean. But, I mean, that would be really hideous to have Foolish River and also Magic and Child Fishing for a hookshot in Adult Lake. That's pretty troll.
I mean, we've had pieces here in Fire that were, like, almost completely unhinted. You know, the qual for the Triforce Splits tournament was Path Bolero.
we had a lot of one Triforce pieces finishes in the tournament. I don't know if anybody got all three. I think, well, here we go. It begins.
No, I don't think anybody got all three, but we did give Chuckles somehow, like, god-ratted the hook shot in that one.
Yeah, and so got his second piece.
All right, here we're going.
We're going somewhere.
We're going deeper.
We're going to waste more time is what's probably going to happen.
We're going deeper.
I'm almost wondering if I should probably do Adult Lake before I get too deep in this, because I just feel like this is a great way to get key locked in about 3 minutes.
Yeah. You get to chill and listen to Fire Temple music.
Well, proof that we did not vet the seed beforehand.
No, I can confirm. I saw Ela download it just straight off the Seed of the Day website, and we're gonna get locked here because that wasn't the key.
Yes. So.
One more check and then we're out.
Yep. Well, I guess I don't really need to worry about health, but I've got hover boots, so I'll be moderately responsible. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you win the seed, and sometimes the seed wins you, and it's definitely feeling like a seed wins you day. But there's still 25 minutes left, so there's a chance that we could finally get on the right track. And I don't know how we're going to run into 2 strength upgrades by the time this is over, because that's really where we want to go.
Yeah,
we really want to go to Spirit. Okay, well, that's a key, so that's... I'm not even going to pick that up. I'm not going to dignify that with a response. Well, how bad is it? Is it really going to be 10 skulls, unhinted 10 skulls, in a restreamed Triforce Splits race? That would just be... That's so mean. I wouldn't like that.
That would be really
Actually,
mean.
at this point, it's no matter what the answer is, it's mean.
It's mean.
Yeah.
It's either like bottom of the well or somewhere stupid.
But the good news is that in 25 minutes, when I don't want to follow this mean seed anymore, I'm free.
We are
because
free.
it doesn't matter how bad the seed is. Once 2 hours comes, you are done. And if you've made terrible mistakes, if you've orphaned that one item in that one place, wherever your one place is, and we all have them, then you walk away and you say, put the trash in the trash can.
And never look at the seed again. All right, that's nothing. Still got one more check to do.
And then I think, I literally think the only thing left is 10 skulls.
No domain.
Oh, yes, domain. Good. That's good. I was like, please don't make me actually farm.
Yeah, you have unfreezing King Zora, and then
That's
the
right.
two
Yeah, we could
childs.
unfreeze King Zora.
We could
yeah,
go unfreeze
yeah,
King
yeah,
Zora.
Yeah. He will not stay frozen forever unless this is a hook shot.
We
I
can't
could.
shoot the sun.
I mean, we can shoot the sun.
I mean, we can shoot the sun. We can't get the item.
It probably has it coming. Stupid sun. Boy, I wish I could fish that well in like my actual races.
Yes, we should count ourselves lucky that 20 is hinted dead.
Okay, so
All right.
this is now.
We're going to go unthaw a fish.
It's still disgusting. No, it's. I don't know if I have time for 10 Skulltulas. We may mercy kill this 10 minutes early if we get to the point there, because even if it's 10 Skulltulas for hook, there's no way that we can get to any location that can possibly have a Triforce piece. And that's something you can do. Like, if you're 100% sure that you're not getting any more Triforce pieces, just walk away.
Just walk away?
We got one. It's a valid finish. Like, we met our requirements. We fulfilled our duty here.
Yep, just have to get at least one Triforce piece.
Yep, and we did.
We're now going to be unfreezing a giant fish.
I don't think that this can be it, but it's fun.
Oh, unfreezing the fish?
Yeah, I don't think it can be King Zora because, well, no, we have Ganon's access, so it's in logic. You know, you're right. I keep thinking that I need Rudos,
You
but
don't need Rudos to
I don't
unfreeze
need
King
Rudos. I can't get through this way, can I? I don't have a way through. Well, we're going to run upriver.
Yeah, we are putting the speed in SGL by finishing early, potentially.
Yeah.
By just quitting.
I mean, it's pretty on brand for me. I think I am, among all runners, I am particularly well known for forfeits when I don't feel like playing anymore.
That is completely fair, though.
Yeah.
Kalo apparently is not happy inside from the seed either.
It's been a struggle. I mean, sometimes it's just in a really, really bad place. I guess if we were like really smart, we could have maybe done Ganon's before Ice and gotten Blue Fire. But that is only smart if King Zora actually has the item. And I mean, it's like 1 out of 4. There's 4 checks left.
I mean, that's a 25% chance.
It is 25% chance. Love it when the math is easy.
Yeah. Do not like it when math is hard.
Yeah. I have computers do math for me. I find that's generally a smart
I wish I could get computers to do math for me. I'm not allowed to have calculators on my tests, so...
Well, I don't have tests past that point.
It's always 50%. It's there or it's not.
Yes.
Good point. Good point out, Shawnee.
That's how the Monty Hall problem works.
How many times have we climbed up Foolish River today?
It feels like a lot. All my seeds are bleeding together. So this is not the first seed I've run today. It's actually the 3rd seed that I've run today because I am participating in the OOTR tournament here at SGL. And I've made terrible mistakes and won a lot of races, and I'm now blessed with the opportunity to play at least 2 more matches in this silly tournament. Because
1v1v1?
Well, I have the tie break.
Yeah.
But no matter what happens in the tie break, I still get another match after that. So I'm getting 2 more for sure. And if I win more, then I could potentially even have more than 2, but at least 2. And all my seeds have been really, really long as well. Like, SGL seeds can be pretty short.
Yeah.
And all of my seeds have been almost, well, I think the shortest one was 2.5 hours.
All right, drum roll, please. The Decker Shield.
And time to get that prelude value.
Yeah, I was about to say prelude. Put the sword in the pedestal.
And well, if you thought that was exciting and you're like, man, I wish he had the opportunity to run up Foolish River one more time. Well,
we're gonna do
I've
it
got
again.
some good news for you.
We're doing it again.
I could have planted that second bean that I bought.
We could have.
It would have actually saved me some time, probably. Oh, what a dumpster fire.
Play the hits. We're playing all the hits.
We're-
Foolish River. Required Shadow Temple. All the hits.
we don't even know if Shadow Temple is required. We don't know what is required.
Yeah, we
We have
don't.
absolutely no idea.
We have absolutely
If
no
we knew it was
idea.
required, we probably would have gone there faster. But we did go to the one Triforce piece that was available pretty quickly. So I feel not too bad about that. Maybe this time will hold up. And if you think you can do it better than me, then sometimes you're probably right. And you have the opportunity pretty much any day you want to play the Seed of the Day yourself on TriforceBlitz.com. And it's like the daily async. And yeah, so it's a really cool feature. Shout out to Spell, who did all the coding for the Triforce Blitz website. I did none of that. I coded the game, but I didn't do the website. And Spell was like, hey, this is a good idea. I'll make you a website. And I was like, amazing. And also, that seems like a lot of work, but thank you. So
yeah, big shout outs to Spell.
there's so many cool features on the website. Like you can tie the spoiler log to your race time room so that when your race time room is done, it just unlocks the spoiler log automatically.
Instead of, well, because before you couldn't unlock them. I don't even think the race monitors could unlock them.
Right, yeah, well, for certain types of seeds. So that wasn't a thing before, and now it's a thing. And Spell was the one who put that together. So shout out to you, Spell, wherever you are. Probably, hopefully sleeping right now, because I think he's in Europe. But in the future, if you ever watch this back, shout out to you. You're cool.
Yep. So as we're climbing up Foolish River once again,
For the 5th time this seed.
I think it is. We haven't given shout outs to people yet.
Yeah.
Thank you, obviously, to SGL for lending us a room to showcase this and a channel. Thank you to Dastar, who's tracking in the back corner. I don't know why he's sitting in the back corner. Thank you to Ela for obviously making this game mode and obviously somehow convincing SGL to let us showcase it.
You're welcome, or I'm sorry.
And obviously, shout-outs to everybody who's running at SGL this year. Oh my, it is hectic. I couldn't do it.
Shout out to all the admins. It's like completely thankless work dealing with like a bazillion problems. Then they're just like volunteering 4 days of their life so that other people can do a video game tournament. Like that's shout out to Star especially and all the and I don't know if there's any other admins, but yeah, Maraba as well. Just thank you so much for your sacrifice of your free time to allow us to have fun.
It's also a shout out Ela for putting in $1,000 into the prize pool.
Yeah, we need in-person events. Okay, I don't care about the tournament, but being in person with all the people in the community is priceless, and I want this tournament to continue on for a long time, especially if it's really close to my house. So thank you for that.
So the prize pool, yes, it bumped OT up to the top prize pool with the bonus. I do believe it is like $2,000 for prize money. So anybody who
win Ela's money.
Win Ela's money, but anybody who qualify. Oh.
I mean, process of elimination. So hold your breath. Maybe we will be able to skip the skulls.
Lens of truth. Lens of truth.
That would be sensational.
Or the Stone of Agony. Apparently it is 3 a.m. in Europe.
3 a.m. in Europe. Well, that wouldn't stop me.
That would not stop me either, considering I did it all the time when I lived in Europe.
I still do it all the time. Programming. It's a good career. Oh, boy. Well, that's terrible.
That is.
I have a feeling I know where our first hook shot is.
We have 15 minutes to get through Shadow.
Well, so let's see how kind the Shadow Temple layout is to us. The good news is that, well, unless there's another hook shot in that other check that I just left behind forever, it's going to be in the first half of Shadow Temple because we can't go any further. unless we do any banned tricks.
Ela pulled the dock heaps and forgot to return in the diving
Well,
game.
it wasn't really forgetting. It was I got the thing. I got the thing we needed, and that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
So, like we said, when sometimes you don't know where to go, you just clear overworld checks until you find the thing. And the seed today picked a really bad place to put the unhinted thing.
Yeah.
And that's why you have a 2-hour time limit, because
if not, you
in
would
15
be here
minutes,
forever.
yeah, in 15 minutes, I probably wouldn't be having fun anymore.
No.
But I will be, because I won't be playing the seed.
We will all be chilling and probably
Yeah, we'll
eating
be
food.
and talking about how we're going to do these tiebreakers tomorrow. Please save me. So I think the chain here, we can kind of return to what the seed wanted us to do, because we tried to get around what the seed wanted us to do for a long time, but eventually the suggestions became more like guidelines became mandatory. Yeah. So we needed to get the Requiem song. That was our first Way of the Hero in Lon Lon. For Sun Song, for Bomb Bag, I believe it was.
Yep.
And then that unlocked a whole bunch of stuff. And I think we have... I do believe fire arrows are...
Fire arrows were in DC.
Yeah, they're in DC, and...
They are in the bomb. They were in the bomb bag.
Yeah,
chest.
Ganon's... I wonder... I guess fire arrows are probably not Path. I'm just curious why Ganon's is Path. I mean, it's probably for a Kokiri sword, but it's just weird. I don't know. Everything about the seed is weird. So after that, you got to track down all the Shadow Kit items, and I'm reasonably confident here that we are going to get a hook shot, or I can't even imagine what else there could be leading to a hook shot that isn't a hook shot here. And then that would lead us into Forest Temple, and I mean, eventually some strength upgrades have got to show up. Like, we're running out of places for strength upgrades to be.
Yeah, probably not gonna find them, but.
Yeah, I imagine we might be able to run into one at best. But unfortunately, if we had found that Din's, maybe when we bought beans.
Is that spell in chat?
Go to sleep.
Spell, go to sleep. It is Spell, but yes, Spell. We were singing your praises earlier for making the website.
Yes.
So.
Shout out to you, but go to sleep.
Shout out, yeah, go to sleep.
Well, there's going to be a key in one of the next 2 chests. Let's see, what do I have left? I have one. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, this is good menuing. This is what happens when you play 3 seeds in a day and they're all like 3 hours long. But this one isn't, because it's Triforce Blitz, and it's my favorite seed of the day, because it's
the
one
of the day.
it's the ones that ended.
That will end in 2 hours,
yeah,
period.
That will be over soonest.
Yep. I need to learn how to do this a little more consistently.
So, crouch stab, Z, actually Z, crouch stab, shield turn, side hop, jump slash, turn around, jump slash.
Okay.
Simple.
Simple.
You got it memorized? Good.
Yeah. So we're just Shadow Temple is.
There's going to
Shadow.
be something here. We're going to find it before the end of the seed, so that we knew what kind of experience we could have had we gone to the right places instead of the wrong places.
What is a key?
That is not a key, and I should be leaving.
I'm blind. I don't have glasses.
And I'm tired, and I need brains.
Need the food.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking forward to that. I had breakfast today. And then I had rando for lunch and rando for dinner.
No, yeah. Rando and
Yeah.
a healthy, sustainable meal.
Well,
It has all your daily
it's actually
nutritional
none of those 3 things. None of those
no,
3
you
things.
didn't, you didn't let me finish my joke,
Okay.
Ela.
I was making a different joke.
I can't
Yep,
finish it now.
Well,
I was gonna say it was your daily intake of weirdness and bullshit.
yeah, well. Yeah, if you like eating crap.
If you put rando on a bagel, you could have rando all the time.
Yeah. I was still connecting it to my previous statement about what rando would taste like. And I was like, I don't want to eat that, actually. Okay, well, there will be an end to the seed.
In 10 minutes.
But I'm hoping there will be a big chest with progression in Shadow Temple that we will see before this nonsense ends.
Oh, it's right there.
Maybe.
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 Stone of Agony. Stone of Agony. the classic double magic in Shadow Temple.
Well, I guess Hylia was way the hero for magic. Wow. Never could have guessed that. Good thing we planted that bean, though.
That's a good thing we planted that bean.
It's not a good thing.
It's not.
I mean, instead of planting the bean, we could have just gone straight to domain.
That is
but
true.
In all fairness, though, we did get to climb up Barren River like 2 extra times because of that. So,
for those who aren't new, because we have a lot of people watching who probably aren't in the Zooter community, it is a running joke that if Shadow is required, your second magic will be in Shadow because you do in fact need magic to even get in here in the first place.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that are logically required, logically locked by magic that are avoidable and circumventable. Shadow is not one of those places.
Nope.
So, yeah, it tends to have second magic a lot because it hates everything. And speaking of hating everything, seems like they put the item that we needed in about the deepest place possible, which is pretty on brand for this seed. That's another key. I don't even know if I need that key. It's... Well, if it's hookshot in the other check-in domain, I'm actually going to
just stop.
Find it really funny. I will actually go back and do that check again. I think that would be a fitting end.
Just
to do
leave
diving.
the screen on the hookshot.
Yeah, after doing diving game twice.
Yeah.
I feel, and then have it not be there and it's like on 10 skulls. Like that's put all the miserable memes together in one seed. Ah,
Ooh, still got it. Nice, nice, nice. Blame the programmer for this seed. Well, he's the one playing it. So, aw, thanks, Bill.
And that's cool.
That is cool.
All right. Do we have any gamers in here?
Have any gamers in here?
Shout out to the gamer.
Oh.
I don't actually know how to do this anymore. I used to know how to do it.
Anyone in here still know how to do hookless Shadow?
So that means that there's a hookshot or something else leading to a hookshot available somewhere else in one of those 2 checks that we left behind, which is astounding.
It's 10
frankly.
skulls.
It probably is.
There's probably 10 skulls.
I mean, well, it's 50-50 chance at this point.
I like how Melrose's thing is that's illegal. To be fair, he's the one that comes up with the rules for Triforce splits.
Try and disqualify me. Try it. Find this race time room. Do your worst.
Oh, it could have been an Ocarina minigame.
Oh, it could have been. I marked that off on my tracker.
It could be an Ocarina minigame.
All right, that's our last location. We're not doing 10 skulls. Forget it. But if it's not a diving game, then we will do Ocarina minigame. That would be so funny.
I would die laughing.
I would. That's like the pure Ela poison seed right there.
What? It is now find hookshot percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
we
screw
found
the
enough.
Triforce.
We found enough.
We found enough. We're just trying to find a hookshot.
We just showed you what it was like to find a Triforce piece, and now we're going for some more variety.
Where are you going?
I'm going upriver to do diving minigame for. So I believe this is the 7th time that I've climbed up
Foolish River.
Every time I climb Foolish River, the number of times I climb Foolish River goes up by 2. That's how math works.
That's how math works. We put Foolish River in your Foolish River, so you could Foolish River while you Foolish River.
It's just unending pain.
You know what's gonna be on? You know what it is gonna be on diving minigame?
Probably scale.
The Lens of Truth.
I think a scale would be worse.
I think a scale would be worse, actually. Be the Stone of Agony. We have yet to see the Stone of Agony, so it is out there.
So in the battle of us against the seed.
I've lost. I've given in.
We're just having fun at this point.
We're just
it's
shitting.
all good.
Yeah, we're shitting around on what crazy items we're missing and stuff.
But that's okay because we don't need to solve this seed.
We don't.
And that's just nice. It's quality of life.
The seed has won today.
You got 2 hours to kill. You can play Triforce Splits, and this can be you.
This can be you slowly dying.
Aren't you?
No, the last
but
4
it's
minutes.
quick. It's quickly dying. It's like because slowly dying would actually be finding all the Triforce pieces this seed. That would be slowly dying. It might take you longer than most of the races I've played today, and they weren't short.
No. I've seen the times for some of them.
I think the shortest one was the 225, and I had a 245. And then yesterday, I had a hard last location that I lost that was at the 3-hour mark. And I don't even remember what the other one was, but it was over 2.5 hours. So I've been, I'm in mental rando jail right now. Like it's a lot. Like the seed bleed's pretty real.
Can we give a shout out to Ela for putting up with SGL settings and then coming in here and putting a show on for us for Triforce Blitz. It is great. It is amazing. I probably couldn't do it.
It's a lot to keep track of at the same time, because the settings are very different. And honestly, it's kind of like a fresh air, fresh air, because well, I've done a lot of Forest Temple.
A lot of Forest.
And I was kind of hoping to do the fast Forest Temple. Like, we didn't get to show off any of the dungeon shortcuts.
We did not get to joke, because Jabu was always foolish.
Jabu is foolish, and the hook shot is missing. But in a world where we found the hook shot, you would be able to go straight to Phantom Ganon, and it's a lot nicer than wasting 15 minutes in Forest Temple every single seed, which is what I've done a lot of over the last 2 days.
Yeah, we are 2 minutes away, and thank you, Drunus.
So, a few days ago, I had a seed where I literally found the last Triforce piece. It's not here. It probably is Ocarina Mini. All right, we're doing Ocarina. Oops, not that
Minuet.
song. Not that song. I don't forget which song takes us here, because I.
The schedule for what is the command? It's exclamation mark. Is it SGLOT? Is it SGLOT or OTR? Oh, SGL 20. Okay. I can type commands in chat. Thank you, Tobias. The schedule is on there.
I feel like SGL might be haunted. Okay. I want you to hear me out. Okay.
All right.
Today, I've had 2 seeds in a row with Vanilla Slingshot.
Oh, Lord.
And yesterday, I had 2 seeds in a row with the exact same pattern for Ocarina Minigame.
What is the odds of that happening?
Shout out to chat who can actually do the math for that. So let's see if I can finish this before the seed ends.
I don't know about that. 50% clearly.
If I fail this, we'll never know where the hook shot is. It's going to be close. Are we going to win hookshot %, or is it on 10 skulls? Or am I going to fail the song?
Shoutouts to the person who came in chat and got the schedule for a Link to the Past randomizer and an OOTR showcase.
And we're done!
And we're done! Yay!
Well, there's no way that seed could have gone better. Nothing could have been chosen differently to make this go more smoothly. Anyway, that's Triforce Splits. So we found hookshot %, but and 1 Triforce piece. You could probably do better, and many people probably have done better if you've played the seed of the day. And if you think you can consistently do better, please go to TriforceSplits.com and download the seed of the day and play it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to learn Zooter, and it's short.
It's short.
I don't know what we're doing now, but
I don't.
Hi, everybody. Thank you to Baby Shark, who entertained you all with me. Thank you to me, who made terrible decisions this seed. Thank you to everybody in the room who watched this. I hope you were entertained or horrified or both. And looking forward to hanging out with all of the in-person people later tonight.
Yep. We will take it to the SGL restreamers who are putting this on for wherever we're going. I think the marathon is still going on, too.
Yeah, there's probably some stuff after this. And there's lots of other channels like SpeedGaming with numbers after it. So if you are searching for more entertainment, I don't know if there will be more here, but there's definitely other stuff going on.
According to Kalo, you were right about where Courage is.
Oh, really? So is it it's mirror locked in Courage, or is mirror locked in Spirit?
That's what I was assuming it is. I'm assuming you can DM Kalo if you really want to know where it's
Yeah, because
at.
obviously like Storms is early.
Yeah.
And everything else is in Logic, I think, for Storms. So I don't think it can be bottom of the well. It's
GTG's Wisdom Courage is going to be mirror locked in Spirit,
Yeah,
and
that-
Power is the map chest and Forest.
okay. So yeah, I mean, there's no way that this could have gone better.
No.
There's no way we could have made it into Forest Temple in enough time to find that
pretty
Triforce
sure
piece.
Rudo's Letter is in Shadow, which they skipped.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense for Forest Access because Forest Access was in Ice. So actually, like, the whole thing was a bait for Forest Access. But we couldn't be baited because we didn't have a hook shot.
And then Kalo thinks Long Shot is in Spirit.
That makes perfect sense.
Yep. All right, we are done.
Where are the strength upgrades? Good grief. We've still found 0 strength upgrades. They have to be in dungeons, I think.
All right. GG's, everybody.
Bye.
We're going to head out and get food. Bye.
Yeah.